Hello everyone, Cappuccino here, and in this pro analysis series, we are going to be deep diving into Overwatch's newest hero, Baptiste. And who better to showcase his potential than Rascal of the top tier Overwatch League team, SF Shock. According to the official Overwatch League stats, Rascal has the most time played for Baptiste out of all the other league players. I analyzed multiple matches of Rascal's gameplay, and there are so many insights that I want to convey in this pro analysis series that I'll probably be breaking this up into multiple parts. So for the purposes of this video, in part 1, we are going to focus on how Rascal uses Baptiste's amplification matrix and what we can learn from his gameplay. The first thing I noticed is his amp matrix placement. You should place it somewhere in between your tanks and your backline. Place it too close and only you will benefit from it, and place it too far and there's only a small window where anyone can really shoot through it, and it's very easy for your enemies to walk past it. The best spot is somewhere in between. A good example is on Rialto right here in this choke point. Your immediate reflex is to put it right here in the choke point where you think everyone's going to funnel through, but it's such a small area that you don't really cover much. And your front line will most likely play behind it, so they won't be able to take advantage of your double healing. Instead, you should put it a little farther back so then you could cover a little bit more area, and there also is a bigger window for you to use the effects of Amp Matrix. Next is target priority. As soon as you place it down, you want to prioritize those who need critical healing, and after that, you are free to spam your primary fire, first on enemies without protection, and lastly on barriers. Let's take another look at the sequence in slow motion. When he uses his amp matrix, he first prioritizes the Reinhardt shield because that's all there is to shoot at. And once he does that, he kills the Reinhardt. And after that, he focuses on the Diva who's out in the open. And when he notices that his teammates are weak, he starts healing them. We can see this on Blizzard World as well. When he places it down, he just focuses out that Reinhardt shield, forcing them to retreat and giving his team space to allow them to take the point and get the enemy team out of position. Also, you want to place the matrix in a place where the enemies cannot easily back out around a corner. Usually Rascal places it in a more open area where the enemies have already somewhat committed to the battle. His rifle does a maximum of 75 damage, but with Amp Matrix, that is up to 150 damage with one burst. With at least one headshot, you can potentially take down any 200 HP hero in one clip. We can see that happening right here. He uses his matrix and he just focuses down that Zarya and she dies almost immediately. On Eichenwald here, he just pops Amp Matrix and instantly deletes this Zen. Amplification Matrix is not to be underestimated, and oftentimes you can just use it and catch enemies out of position and be able to kill them with a quick burst of damage. Lastly, regarding Amp Matrix frequency, you don't want to save it too long. If a battle is unfolding and it's not very clear who's going to win the battle, go ahead and just use it. It's very easy to build this ultimate, and Rascal, I believe, took an average of around 30 to 40 seconds to generate his Amp Matrix. He pretty much had one every single battle. It's okay to occasionally whiff this ult. At worst, it can serve as a zoning ult, forcing the enemy to retreat. I almost want to compare this ultimate usage to that of Reinhardt's Shatter or Tracer's Pulse Bomb. As soon as you get this ultimate, if you see a decent opportunity, go ahead and use it. As you can see in some of these clips, once Rascal gets Amp Matrix, he almost immediately uses it, especially if they're in the middle of a fight. It doesn't always lead to a one team fight, but again, it generates a lot quicker than other ultimates, so you should be able to easily generate another one for the next fight anyway. So to wrap it all up, place your matrix somewhere in between your front and back line to maximize effectiveness and usage. Next, prioritize using it for healing critically hurt teammates, then damaging out of position enemies, and then to burn down enemy shield barriers. Lastly, don't be afraid to use it. It generates very quickly, and there is more advantage to catching the enemy off guard than saving it for the perfect moment. Hopefully you found this analysis helpful, and if you did, please drop a like, and also hit that subscribe button to stay informed of part 2 in this series, where we will go into more in-depth Baptiste concepts from pro analysis gameplay.